in your career or something really difficult?
I had done it on camera.
On camera. So I was wondering if you could share with us why getting in trouble with Amazon.
Do you work for the FBI or CIA?
Or Amazon? So I'm wondering if you could share with us a little bit more about that and if that's related to comedy, maybe nudity, different boys. Nudity the boys.
In my case, nudity is comedy. It's comedic, not intended to be necessarily. Be careful. I know. It was a character unlike I've been welcome to play for 25 years of this wild career, and we had a great time. We played, and luckily, you know, it's a massive show. There are massive fans worldwide, and so showing up for a couple of weeks to do an episode is daunting. Even 500 episodes of television into a career. But this guy gave Misha and me kind of the seal of approval before we showed up, so we're welcomed with open arms. And we're like sitting there with Ant and like chilling out in between takes, and we were just welcomed like we were friends. So whatever he said, I don't know if he wouldn't say it to my face, but whatever he said made the entire cast and crew of The Boys welcome us as if we were one of them, and that was awesome.
It was along the lines of, I'm not responsible for these two idiots. Please don't hold it against me.
That's us, we're the idiots.
And then real quick, yes or no question. I heard that you have a Netflix project coming, and I was just wondering, is that a Gilmore Girls documentary, or is it something else?
Well, that's like 4 yes or no questions.
I'm anxious, man.
Yes, we are working with Netflix to do something. No, this is not about Gilmore Girls. Yes, I would be up for Gilmore Girls. And
Congratulations.
thank you.
All right. Let's go right here to the center case one. Yep. We got a mic coming in, so we can, even though I can't really even hear. I'm having a hard time hearing. Maybe I'm just old. Sorry.
My question is, did you guys learn any skills on set that you use in your lives today?
No. What would I need to know how to sever someone's head with a machete? But it hasn't happened yet.
It will.
Still have time for the apocalypse. And I've got a bag of tricks.
Like emotional skills, how to handle yourself?
Oh, emotional skills?
Yeah, yes.
That's just an empty void.
Great question. I mean, so many things. It's hard to, for me, it's difficult to kind of parse out over age 22 to age 38 what I learned because of Sam, what I learned alongside with Sam, what I learned just as Jared. But I think one of the things I learned or I felt along the way was that no feeling is final. You know? I mean, Sam had to watch his brother die, and his friends die, and his loved ones die. Sometimes it came back, sometimes it not. But I learned to kind of look at my feelings as something separate. Like, that's real, that exists. It's not true necessarily, but I was able to kind of like dip into that and go, okay, what am I feeling like in the season 5 finale, or season 8 finale, or season 15 finale? Legitimately, like logistically, you have to go, okay, you're saying goodbye to your brother, his hand's gonna fall, this is what you do, this is where the camera is, but don't go all the way there because you're gonna do it again, and you might do it again. So feel it, access it, but don't treat it like it's the end all be all. So I think I learned patience, which is not obvious when you meet me. Shut up.
You don't think about
This
that.
feeling is true.
Patience, Jared, patience.
Yeah, I think I learned, just hold on, take some breaths, take some time, and see what happens. Thank you. I'm going way back there. Is that LG? Is that a Samsung, LG, and iPhone. You have a phone. Or are you like looking for service? She's like, I don't have a question. I'm just trying to find 5G. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. Is that a Samsung or an iPhone?
It's an app, it's actually.
Oh, wow.
It's an iPhone?
See, I do it.
You can proceed.
So I was wondering, with your more recent roles, if you've learned any new skills, or are there any skills you'd like to learn moving forward in the roles?
No.
Didn't we just answer this?
I'll tie the last question into this question too. Jerry and I worked together on that show for 15 years. Those were formidable years. I mean, we were mid-20s when we started, and 15 years later, that was a lot of living.
60s, 70s.
And growing up kind of in that time, and not just on screen, but off screen as well. So there were a lot of things that I learned while doing the show, and not just things that my character had to know, like things that I probably gained a lot of confidence in playing Dean through the years, and being on set, and being a co-lead of a show, and setting a tone, and being the leader of that set. That came with a great amount of responsibility that required confidence in how you handled yourself and how you led the team. And so I think he and I both learned some of those skills together, and have helped us continually in our since then. That being said, there's been being able to use that skill set and going on to different shows, going on to different sets where you're not the leader of the set. You're coming in as a guest star maybe, or as a reoccurring, or something like that. And you have to kind of find a way to be a positive influence on the set, and be without, it's not my job to take over the set. It's like what I told him who came on with boys. It's like, I'm a guest at someone else's house. You will be a guest in this house as well. Mind your manners.
I said, what are manners?
Yeah. And so navigating those new sets where he and I are not the leads of the show is also a kind of a unique skill set that has been that I've had to learn, and that also translates to real life, and how you can help be an add to a situation, as opposed to coming in and trying to rewrite what's going on. So there's been a lot of important life lessons learned while filming this show. There continues to be more life lessons that I learned on every set that I go to. But mostly, I always try to be a positive aspect of that show, or of that set.
Amen. Couldn't say better. Thank you. Thank you.
I will say one thing I didn't think I'd have to do ever, but the Thought Rising takes place in the 50s, like 1950 specifically. And the other day I get on set, and they're like, okay, so you guys are gonna come out of the house, and you're gonna get in the car, and you're gonna drive away. Who wants to drive? And there was this discussion about which character was gonna drive, and it ended up, they pointed to me. So I'm like, okay, great. It was a 1947 Chevy with 3 on the tree that had some of you might know, but you turned the key, it had a start pedal. So you had to start the pedal, then the clutch. I felt like it wanted to take my kneecap off. You had to push it, and then there was the giant handbrake that you had to release. Turn the thing, start it, handbrake, clutch, find first gear, which, this is an old car, so it's not like, the gearbox is just trash. So I'm trying, and keep in mind, they just sprung this on me, and they're ready to shoot. And also, we're in a hurry, running out of the building, jumping in the car, and tearing off. And I'm like, can I get a push? But I first take, got everything going, boom, forgot the brake. All right, back to ones, move back. Second take, reverse is very close to first gear. I went the wrong way. That was take two. Take three, nailed it. They're like, we got it, moving on. All right, we got time for one more. Go ahead. Okay, how about, all right, sure, right here. Yes, yes.
Hi. Where are you going? Hi, Jessica. My unfortunate girlfriend, yes. Please don't burn on
Hey,
the
we're gonna get you a microphone real quick, Jessica.
I'm from Panama.
You know, a man, a plan, a canal, Panama.
Don't engage.
I didn't sleep well. It's an animal.
I had ran a different question, but I just thought of this one. One of my favorite episodes is about a boy, because I think that kid nailed young Dean perfectly. Did either of you coach him in any way for that role, or did you?
I have one. Yeah, it was a great episode about a boy, a young
Boy,
man.
were you?
No, not playing Dean on this show. I didn't have a lot, like, it's not my place to.
What season was that?
6.
What was it like? 12.
12. So I said, 4 plus 6 plus 2 equals 12.
It was like a Hansel and Gretel thing that the witch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember the episode. What season was that? 10.
That's what I said.
No, you didn't.
I said 4 and 6, if you add them, it's 10. I just told young Dean to do bow legs. I will say that was Hansel and Gretel, where we had the actress from Downton Abbey. And yes, so, okay, I'm gonna say it. The actor who was playing her, like, muscle, he was pretty nervous. It's fine. But he kind of, you do the stunt blocking, and you go through, like, okay, he swings, you go this way, he grabs you, you pull back, you shove him into the thing, you go through, and after we did it a few times, I was like, he's not getting this, he's not getting this. I understand it's nervous, this man, maybe he hasn't done all those stunts. And so we do the scene, and he's supposed to knee me in the nuts, but you don't actually knee somebody in the nuts, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. And so, like, he's supposed to kind of grab me and then kind of get his knee there, and I was just going, oh, Sorry. And so the first time he knees me, like, upper thigh, and I'm like, okay, 1 second. I go to a stunt coordinator. I'm like, he's gonna knee me in the junk. He's gonna knee me in the junk. And so they give me a club, like a hockey club. Yeah. Maybe too much information, I'm sorry. I go in my trailer, I put on the cup, you have to situate some stuff. I go back to set, and we're shooting, and he fucking knees the holy crap out of me. Cups are, like, they sound good, they don't really work. It still hurts. And so I was like, I can't throw up. I'm glad you're laughing, Jules, thank you. So, long story short, I was like, hey, we have to change this. Like, he's gonna need me again. Like, he's just not moving his legs properly. I told him, you knew that. I was there. You were there. He was in the background.
I gave the guy 500 pieces.
Marcos is like, dude, he's wearing a cup, go for it.
It's like, listen, each bullseye, $100. Do your worst.
And that guy made $700.
Yes, he did. That wasn't even your question, but I will say, yes, I think the young actor did we've had really good, great actors come on and play young Sam Medine, and really didn't have to coach at all, mainly because, well, that one had 9 seasons of the show to watch to kind of get the character. So we were kind of blessed with the fact that they could just go and watch and see and get an idea of who this guy is and then make their own interpretation of it. Yeah, that was a good episode, and it was one of my personal favorites because Jerry got me, and that's enough. All right, thank you guys, appreciate you.